Good morning. Hey gang, welcome back. Hopefully everything is working. Yeah, I'm getting echoes where I shouldn't be. All right. Yeah, hey gang. Ooh, that's not what I want. Oh, let me explain momentarily. Here I just need to get my stuff settled out. There we go. Yeah, so we are back this morning with our stream of Satisfactory. Hopefully everything is gonna work and whatnot. So this week we swapped out PCs. We are now rocking a much more powerful PC. And anyone who's ever changed PCs knows there's a lot of growing pains that come along with it. Of course, that one of those being dealing with OBS and getting everything set up again and making sure everything works. So just kind of bear with me for a moment while I test everything. Yes, and getting everything set up and making sure everything works. So just kind of bear with me for a moment while I test everything. Yeah, like the audio, my microphone echoing. Yeah, like the audio echoing. And then I'll just drop my headphones while I'm at it because I'm trying to listen to another PC that's monitoring the channel to see what's actually going on. Anyway, yes, we are back. Haven't lost any data or anything like that, but yeah, there is going to be a little bit of growing pains. Basically trying to get everything reset up here. But we should be relatively okay. Anyway, so yes, we are working back into Satisfactory. Again, sorry, just balancing my audio here. We are back in Satisfactory. We are continuing on for where we left off. Just for those of you who don't know where we left off, let me just bring that information back in. So last week what we were doing, we were working on our adaptive control units. So we got everything set up and running on that. We are making 2 per minute, so it's 2 manufacturers. So we got all our computers going, inputting our circuit boards, heavy frames, blah, blah, blah. Today's plan is to get the modular engines. Irony is that the adaptive units, I think, are actually finished already. Yeah, so they've been kind of running quietly. I only need 100 of them, and it just so happens that's what a manufacturer holds. So if we pop over, I think it's into this guy here, and we have a quick boo inside the door. Yeah, so we got 29 going, so this is going to fill up. I'm going to end up with 200 of these things. Yep, and you can see that I am currently not outputting them, and that's fine. I'm just going to let these guys build up and get tossed in the machine. I might even just hand carry them back to the space elevator. Now I do have a station set up here, so we can see that's for the product shipping to ship it back to the space elevator, which I haven't set up the receiving and stuff, but we are dealing with kind of smallish numbers that I can just literally load them into my pocket. But today we are going to move on to the modular engines. So as we look around, yes, all of this so far is to build those adaptive control units. So we got our iron production going off there, we got copper production running back here, we have wires and cables, and we have stuff being built there, and we got, what do we got over here? We got computers being built over there, we got we got a little bit, it's a nice little kind of town set up here. with all the kind of independent buildings. What I'm thinking of doing for the modular engines, let me get back on the roof here, is not spreading it out so much this time. Is what I'm thinking of doing is basically building a modular engine tower, because looking at kind of what I need to bring into this system here. Again, I'm just using Satisfactory tools as my planner. It's the one I've been using for years and years and years. Yes, I understand that there is the Satisfactory modeler. Still haven't quite got my head wrapped around how that's working and whatnot. Whereas I'm very comfortable with this one, so I'm going to continue to use this one at least for the foreseeable future. You know, why should I abandon them when they've been so great to me working all these years? Sorry, just looking at my meters here on my microphone and just trying to make sure. Pardon me. Anyway. So yeah, looking at this, you can see that, yeah, we need two manufacturers here for our modular engines, but we only need like a little bit of a part of an assembler, two assemblers. It's all very kind of smallish amounts that I'm going to need here. So what I think I'm going to be doing is I'm actually going to be doing this all within a single factory. Now, the iron ingots, I can actually skip over. So we need how many iron ingots? Like 100 iron ingots. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change up that recipe. So this is everything that's getting fed in currently in all the other buildings and stuff like that. So I'm going to add my iron ingots just to make sure that they read out correctly. So we'll go and find our iron ingot. There we go. It looks like I need 96. I'm going to set it up as 100, and we're going to see how that changes. So you can see that does change things a little bit, and it does keep it more contained. So what I can probably do is I can use one. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to build it as a high-rise, essentially, just to have this nice high-rise kind of sticking out of the ground, big glass walls, you know, central columns and stuff like that. And I'm going to build it from the kind of this way on the ground floor, working our way up to the top floor, just kind of seeing what I can squeeze in with each floor. Now that we have the personal elevator, I think, yeah, working with multiple floors is going to be kind of probably making more showing than my usual spread out. Well, of course, the usual spread out currently that we have going on here is because just wasn't really good ways of getting up and down, so I kind of like to keep my buildings all in one contained building, so I could just plug in, plug out, and off I go. Now that we have the personal elevator that I've been retrofitting into some of these buildings here, I think, you know what, let's just take advantage of the damn thing and just build a tower. Now the question, of course, is am I going to keep myself in my 5x5 footprint here, which I can absolutely do somewhere along here. I've got lots of room to work on it. Or what I could do is I could basically kind of join these two pads, or maybe even these two pads, into a single 5x, that would be a 5x12, because it's 5, 10, and then the two in between. And that would give me lots of room and make a nice kind of big building. Or I could keep everything contained in the 5x5, nice even city blocks. And I think that's probably what I'm gonna do. Yeah, you can see over there my lovely little limestone mining going on back there. And I think that's what I'm going to do is keep it in the 5x5, and I'm probably going to put it back here because, yes, I'm about to, you know, the adaptive control units are going to be done probably by the end of the stream. The modular engines, we'll see how far we get, but I can probably get pretty far on those. But once I do that, of course, we're going to have a lot more stuff that needs to go up into the construction going on up there. So I don't want to just kind of spread over this entire area. That's the other thing that I'm kind of, it's influencing my thinking a little bit, is that I've got at least 4 more items that are going to need to be manufactured to send up there. And then there's a whole nother tier after that. So I am thinking, yeah, probably best off just to kind of keep it within that 5x5. And honestly, the 5x5, I'm so used to working in a 4x4 because of the previous blueprinter up until we got the Mark IIs and the Mark III blueprint machines. I'm so used to working in the 4x4 that, you know, I'm not too bad at it. I usually have a little bit of spillover, like, lifts and stuff sticking out. So I think that should be okay to get away with. The only question is whether or not I can squeeze 2 manufacturers in per floor. So if we just kind of temporarily, let's say, drop that one there.
Interesting layout choices.
Oh, shush, Ada. Missing modular frames. Well, it just so happens I have a modular frame factory. Ow. Sorry, let me just go quickly grab some modular frames. Look at that. I got 50 of them sitting right there just waiting for me. Let's get back up top here. And up we go. Okay, let's try this again. So yeah, I could very actually comfortably fit 2 manufacturers within that 5x5 space. So yeah, I think that's what that's what we're gonna do today. All right, so let's get our values, keep our numbers nice and handy. So again, I'm just keeping this tab here off onto another page there. Yeah, you'll notice I'm kind of moving around differently. Taking the opportunity to see if my screen capture, how that's better. I'm not a big fan of, we don't need having that pop up every time I swap over because, so we're going to do some testing. So it's all about kind of what's going on. I'm just going to take another quick listen to make sure my audio is okay. All right, yep, everything seems to be okay on the monitoring system. There's that little bit of lag that takes from when I say something to when it actually comes out the speaker holes of YouTube there. All right, so enough yammering here. Let's actually get started. So again, I'm going to be doing my building over here. We're going to be bringing the manufacturers. Like, I'm going to be using elevators or the personal lift, these guys here. Okay, so let's start with that. So we're going to our transport here. It really is one of the best things that they've ever added is adding this in. Now, just where am I? So that's not going to work, obviously, because it's not connected to the building. So we want to go here. We're going to have the elevator door pop in here. I'm going to go up one. Actually, before I do that, I'm going to grab just some guide walls here, just so I know where my next floor is going to be. So we're going to go up to there, and that'll give me plenty of height for the manufacturers. And yeah, you do need about 4 just to have some nice comfortable cleaning when it comes, or clearance when it comes to the manufacturers. Now when I grab my personal elevator, I know where to line it up. And we're just going to do 1 floor at a time here because it is very, very easy to add more to the top of the elevator. So if I want to go another floor, I can easily add another floor, and on I go. Just the level of activity that goes on up there is quite lovely. Of course, now I'm going to have to listen to the elevator music going on, but, that is what it is. So I'm not really going to worry about the walls just yet. I'm more concerned about the floors. Like, we can even, take these guys out of here. Because, if I'm going to be doing this as a tower, it's going to be kind of more of a typical glass skyscraper as opposed to something that has the, repetition floors going up like these guys here. I do want to make sure it kind of matches in with the rest of the buildings and whatnot, but, we'll deal with that as it comes along. One of the other nice things about the 5x5, it gives me an actual center block here. So this is my center block, and in that center block is probably a good place to put a door. So we're gonna grab just one of these guys here. Let's see, we'll go to what do I want to do it this way? Giant gate, hole, wall, or do I want to just go with an automatic gate? Or what do we got in the garage one? Now this thing is just freaking huge. Yeah, I don't want anything that big. You know what, let's just boom, that's it. Keep it simple, keep it easy, so we can walk in here, we can go up to our elevator. We can go to our next floor. We really need to... Can we adjust that volume? No, we cannot. Lovely. But we can go up to the next floor here, so we can go boop, and up we go. Except it's not powered. Oops. Yeah, we'll get to why. If you're not powered, turn the damn music. You know what? Is there an off? There we go. Let's not listen to the music right now. Okay, so this is going to be the first floor, which is going to actually be the modular engine. So let's grab ourselves a production here, manufacturer. Let's go up to this platform here, just so I can kind of get a bird's eye view. And we'll put you here. Love the new infinite nudge because it really does give you freedom. Like I can literally just now nudge this thing. See ya! Wherever I want. Oh, I'm really looking forward to when I have to expand the rail yard or the rail line, because between the auto connect and the infinite nudge, dropping in trains or extending your rail system is going to be so much nicer and so much easier. Okay, so this is going to be our first one here. Yep, that'll fit. So we got our center line. What I'm going to do here is set it to go to modular engines. Smart plating. What was that recipe for smart plating? There's an I already have an alternative for smart. 5 per minute. How many smart plating assemblers do I need? I need 4 per minute. I can get away with 2 assemblers or 1 manufacturer, but then I have to bring plastic over. You know what? Nope, we're not going to worry about this recipe. Sorry, sneaky sneeze snuck up on me and made me sneeze. All right, get this back to modular engines. Let's take advantage of one of the other new kind of fun things they gave us, is the ability to sample a machine, pop it in place, and have it copy all of the status or stats that are going along with it, which is just lovely. Alrighty, so that has given us our 2 manufacturers. Again, we're not worried about the power just yet. We're gonna have to bring that in, but you know, nicely that we have our power connections there. A lot easier moving power between floors. So that is our first thing coming in. Now, first item that we need to bring in is rubber for that. So if we look at our recipe in here, we can see that we're going to need rubber. Well, it just so happens we are already bringing rubber to the system. So we just have to figure out where we can tap into the existing line. So let's just look for our rubber down here. You see everything's nicely kind of backfilling. Yeah, it's not the most super efficient, but this is what I like to see, stuff waiting to go. Better too much than not enough. All right, so there's our rubber line. We need to shoot it back that way. And it's right there, which means, yeah, the crystal is... Yeah, okay, so let's get ourselves a splitter in right here. So let's go find our splitters. We'll grab a splitter. I can use the belt underneath here, kind of line things up. So we'll nudge over. Again, nudging, best thing ever. Let's get it turned the right way here first. Oop, nope. Want you going that way? Thank you. Okay, so I'm just going to try and get you lined up here using the quartz. So that lines up with that line, because the quartz and, of course, the rubber are following the same trajectory. So we're going to drop 1, 2, and 3. We can get rid of these 2 guys. Then we're going to take this belt here, connect into there, and then connect into there. And there we go. That gives me a tap line, which I can then run back towards here. So let's get that set up just to see where I'm going to be coming out. So I have a target to mark. So we'll run back to our 2 manufacturers here. Now everything pretty much is going to be mixed up top, but so we can go ahead and mix these guys together here. So the rubber was kind of coming more towards this side. So you know what? Yeah, do I want to use these two as the inputs? No, I like to keep things even, as, you know, kind of copied and symmetrical and identical as possible. So what I'll do is I'll put you here. So we'll grab a floor hole and put you right there. We'll grab a floor hole, put you right there. We can throw a couple of leaks. Yeah, we do have that new splitter lift, or lift splitter system set up there. What are you doing? What are you doing over here, buddy? No, you can't come in. No, please go away. Go away. Oh, seriously, dude. No, that is big no-no. Big no-no. Big no-no. Thank you. Okay. Little intruder bugger. So one thing I do have to be careful of here is that interfering? No, but it gives me a guideline. Look at that. That is almost exactly what I Dr. ordered. Now I'm going to show you another little fun thing that the new nudge with the vertical nudge really does help moving the belts along. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to drop you down by 2. Drop you down by 2. Because what I want to figure out is where your kind of turn is. Like right there. So that's going to be like kind of right here. We grab ourselves a splitter again. So the stuff's going to come from there. Yep, so we go 1 and 2. Pull that out. Remove you. And then we can that into place. We can remove you. And we can bink you into place. All right, excellent. So that's going to bring the rubber in. So now I just have to bring the rubber down the line. But I have a nice little kind of aim point here. All right, so let's go grab that rubber from the splitter that we have set up over here. So first thing we're going to need to do is we're going to need to drop down here. So we're going to just use that vertical nudge. Look at that. Doesn't that, oh, that makes my life so much easier having that vertical nudge, because we can just literally now move things up, move things down. Putting in the extra support is just a simple matter now of sampling and popping it into place. Oof. Thank you. Whoops. No, not you. I wanted you. Yeah, makes things so much easier. All right, let's get you to the other side here again. Again, vertical nudge down by 2. Just so we clear again. Yeah, weaving is so much easier with this way. Now we can go right back up to close to the ceiling. Yeah, I realize we're gonna have to drop down again, but let's keep things out of the way. I'm also gonna go to straight. Let's actually come back this way. So I'm going to run backward. I should probably not have plants growing in the middle of my factory. Can I bip you out of here? Are you explodable? Yes, you should be explodable. Please be explodable. You're explodable! Concrete, there we go. All right. Sorry, that just really bothers me when plants just kind of randomly stick through. I'm not an abandoned building. This is still a working factory. Okay, we can go up to there now and just run this back right alongside the other. Like to hit, you know, just don't drop the joint point anywhere. Always try to keep it as organized as possible. I'm going to come to here like that. And we can come this way. Nope, we're gonna make the turn somewhere sooner, so we're gonna keep coming back down this way, get past this lift here. Again, nice and straight. There we go. And now I should be able to join up with a nice little S-turn there. Perfect. All right, so that is taking care of the rubber already. And there goes that rubber that's being delivered from our petroleum side. By the way, haven't looked at it recently. Let's see how bad we're doing on our power. Yeah, we are definitely, we're getting into danger zone here. That's getting close. This is my current line. I'm going to have to put some more power in very, very soon. Probably should have already done that. If things shut down, things shut down. We'll have to just deal with it at that point. Okay, so everybody should be getting rubber now. So if we have a quick look there, you can see there's a couple of rubber in the lift. There's a couple of rubber in the lift. Perfect. That's one of the things we need to bring in. So the next thing we need to look at, and again, let's just bring our planner in here, is do we want to do the smart plating, or do we want to do the motors on the next floor? So the motors, I can get the motor, the quick wire, maybe the rotor. No, the rotors, this is going to be one floor, I think. Are going to have to be a single floor. Should be able to squeeze all of this in, you know, using a crystal in that one just to kind of compensate for the missing. This should, yeah, so that'll be a floor. This is going to be... What I might do, actually... Well, you know what? Let's just see how many... well, I did not mean to close that page. Damn it. Sorry, hang on a sec. I got to recover the page. There we go. Google history, yay. You know, Giant Overlord may be monitoring everything we do, but at least they can sometimes be useful. Anyway, yeah. Where do I want to put... You know, it's one thing having a plan, but it's the entirely other thing when you have to enact it. Okay, so... probably should get some power to the elevator just to make... No, you know what? That's what jetpacks are for now. We'll just jetpack up here, and we'll pop in our rest of our floor. So that'll be the 5. And we could always do a little bit of that overhang too, right? So there's nothing saying that this floor here, like maybe we go out to 6, which, you know, might even work better for us. As long as we got, you know, we got good spacing back here, gives us a little bit more room. You know what? I'm going to leave that there. We're going to kind of play with that and see if that gives us anything. Likewise, I could even do... No, well, let's just see what space we need. First off, let's get some foundations in. Yeah, can you tell that I'm doing this, doing this as a kind of thinking about this as I go? That's what. Words hard. Making it up as I go along. I think that's the English phrase. Who the hell knows anymore? Certainly not I. All right, so there we go. This is going to be our next floor, which is going to be either our motors or our smart plating. And I'm thinking I'm going to put the motor, yeah, the 3 assemblers I need up on this floor here. Basically, kind of what I'm starting to think here is every tier that I go through. So we got our bottom floor here is these 2 guys. Our top floor is going to be these 2 guys, this, you know, getting this stuff in. And then we'll kind of work our way backward per floor. So kind of mixing and matching, and I think that might work a little bit better for what I need, which means I probably don't even need this section back here. I'm going to reserve that for something else. There we go. Okay, so the next question also is do I just put the assemblers on this floor, or do I put in my subfloor that I usually put in? And I think what I'm going to do here is put in my subfloor. So I want an elevator shaft. Actually... Let's go up by 2 first. grab a foundation, grab our elevator. Actually, we probably... Okay, so this is new territory. So these only snap onto existing elevator stops. Okay. Okay, so we can go up to that one, and then we'll just gotta go beyond. Okay, they have these nice little markers there. That's lovely. So if we go up to 4, let's just go up to there and see where that gets me. Then I can grab a floor stop, and then I can drop that in, making sure the door faces that way. All right, so that will then get me up to there. So this can be the subfloor for moving things in. So this will be the actual manufacturing floor. So we'll come out to here. Get this all filled in. This could be quite the tall little building, but, you know, fortunately at this point, I'm also not having to worry about that stupid giant flying moth thingy. So I can go pretty much as high as I want here. I'm gonna throw some... Stop it with the music! I'm gonna throw some temporary power into the shaft. So we'll just grab one of these. No, actually, let's grab... There we go. Just kind of a temporary measure here. And then we'll throw you up to there, just kind of keep you out of the way. And then, yeah, that'll do for now. Okay, so now we can go up to the next floor. We can turn this off again. And now we're up to this top floor. Okay, so what do I need up here? I need 3 assemblers. Possibly, if I could fit them, 5, 6 assemblers. Let's see what we can get across here. Again, we have pretty good space. 5 by 5, you know, doesn't seem like a lot, but it is quite a bit of space. Again, especially when you're used to more like a 4 by 4. I want to make sure we have good clearance for walking out. So let's see, that's definitely going to fit 3 there. Does that leave me enough room back here for 3? If I nudge you that way, how much room does that leave me back here for you guys? Yeah, that actually leaves me enough room, so I could probably get all 6 of those. So that would be the smart plate, 2 for the smart plating. Oh, I need 3 assemblers for the rotors to go into the motors. And actually it's 2 into the motors, but I also need 2 rotors that goes into the smart plating. Ugh, that's like 4 machines. Can I fit 4 of you guys? That's what I actually need to fit upstairs here. Not particularly well unless I actually add that 6th floor in. So if I get 1 there, I can fit 4 back here. No, it looks like I can get the 4 back here. Ooh, speaking of some motor stuff, I am now out of stators. So I'm gonna have to take a quick trip back to the old homestead here, which is not really much of an issue because we got the hyper-tubies. Zoom, 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 and away we go. So we just take a nice quick trip down the old tube here. Again, we're going through our little accelerators. Getting a little bit quick here. I'm going to slow us down a bit so I have time to react. Maybe not quite that slow. Just because I'm looking forward to the junction, making sure that we're taking the right path. In this case, being the right path being the left path. And then we can pop out. So I'm still kind of getting used to working with those, especially the fact that I am going to have to rework how the tubes kind of flow through the junction or the roundabouts there instead of ducking underneath. They're kind of taking away some of my sight line. Hey, how's it going over here? Hey, boys, how you doing? Let's go have a look at our fellas here. So let's check. So Steve here, he's got some concrete for me. Thank you, Steve. How's Bob doing? He's got some copper plate. Good boys. All right. Seems like we finally got them contained. It's because they can, you know, climb stairs. So we'll put a ladder in there. All right. What am I after? I'm after some stators. Those are these things. Let's grab some of these. Grab a couple of stacks. Probably should set up some dimensional portals for them. But I am running low on my Mercer-spheres, so yeah, let's just kind of clean up some of our inventory here. Carrying a lot of useless trash. Like, do not need to be carrying any ore. Of course, we can also go into the hab, just to make sure you guys are aware of. Sorry, just popping off screen here again. Just want to double check, make sure I'm monitoring and everything's working well. Which is really, really weird. Oh, YouTube, what are you doing to me, man? Well, according to YouTube, even though I'm looking at, I don't know, hopefully everything is working correctly. Yeah, so this is what the YouTube, oh, where did it go? This is what the YouTube kind of access point for my OBS going in, and that clearly shows that, yeah, it's not showing me what's going live here. Even though I'm on another computer looking at exactly what I'm doing right now. So yeah, I'm hoping everything's working. I mean, of course, I obviously tested it beforehand. That don't necessarily mean everything's working correctly. So who the hell knows? I guess I'll find out at the end of 3 hours. If it's a complete and utter mess, well, I guess we're gonna have to re-record at some point in time. I don't like change. I'm too old for change, man. Even though I'm very much enjoying the new PC. Yeah, it's really doing the work now. He's got some horsepower. All right, let's head back. And want to keep an eye on the junction here, so I'm going to slow down. Whoa! Yep, see you again. Need to flip. So I'm hitting the E key here to flip channels. And let's move our way down. We'll hit an accelerator hopefully soon. Yep, there's one right there. So we got our kind of back-to-back. Poof, off we go. And away we go. And we're back. Okay, let's get back to putting our machines in. And we'll just fly like an eagle to the sea. Fly like an eagle. I have no idea what the next words are. Also probably don't want to get a copyright strike. So we'll put that in. So there's going to be 4. 3 of those are going to be rotors. 1 of those is going to be a reinforced iron plate. I don't think there's any place I can steal those from, because I am making reinforced iron plate in the over here. I am making reinforced iron plate. I think this is my frames factory. Yeah, that's my frames factory, but you know what? No, it's balanced out for what the number of frames are, so there's no stealing from something that's already there. The only thing I can really steal from is going to be the iron smelter right there, and I'm pretty sure I got more than enough iron flowing out. Okay, so let's pick the recipe. What am I making here? So I need 2 smart platings, so we'll go smart plating on this one. We'll grab one of these and we'll hold our control key down, and that'll allow us to put one there. And then we are going to want our rotor. Sorry, this is going to be the motor, and I'm going to do a little separation there, just so I know that he's his own. They're their own little fella here, and all I need on these. How many rotors do I need? No, I'm looking at reinforced iron plate. That's what I'm after. Okay, so we got. Let me just again get my brain wrapped around. Okay, so that's 2 smart plating, right? This is a motor. That's what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to be motor. So we go down to here, grab our motor, and I need all of 80% of you. There we go. Okay. So the smart plating should be 2 each. 2, yes. 2, yes. Okay, now these guys here. Let's actually grab our customizer, because one of these guys needs to be a different color, and I'm going to make... Well, you're already all gray, so that's not going to help me. What's, Sure, let's just make you this kind of cyan, green, whatever the hell color that is. So this is going to be rotor. There we go. Rotor. Rotor? Do I want this rotor? Why would I? Okay, I didn't realize I had the... What do I got? A copper rotor, steel rotor. Okay, let's just do a little bit of recipe checking here. So let's get back into our planner. Before I get too deep into it, I want to double check. So, recipes. Which ones did I have? Let's probably leave this. Let's grab our... Hit in here so we can see our rotor, so it tells me exactly what recipes that I have. Oh, you know that this might be the better alternative, because that would take it down to 1 assembler. What is that? What's that recipe? Copper rotor. So let's find copper rotor here. Put that in there. So that's the recipe that's now available. And let's see how that affects our production. Apparently, I have to tell it not to use the regular rotor recipe. So we'll turn that one off. Back into our production line. And how does that affect... So there we go. We got quick wire stator going into motors. There's our rotor. I have lots of copper, just as much copper as I have iron. Well, that kind of cleans things up. I still need all the screws, the same amount of screws and everything I needed beforehand. Still only 1 constructor and, you know, 1 thing for the steel beam. That probably... Because I could... no. Okay, so let's take the copper ingots out of there. So we'll go to our inputs here, because I am making plenty of copper ingots. And if I need more, it's nothing to make more. So we'll make this 100 of those as well. Here we go. So now we got quick wire coming into a singular stator. So I could almost get the stator machine in here now. Still have the 2 smart plates, because those are separate, the separate motor. So I could I could get all these 3 guys into this 1 floor. So yeah, it makes a lot of sense here for me to use the copper rotor recipe. Okay. Let's keep that page handy here. Doop-de-doop-de-doo. There it is. I'm just going to, again, shove this over to the side here so I can keep an eye on it. Hey, look, guys. It's finally updated. Oof. I don't really fully understand why this, I mean, an excellent connection and everything, but that's actually new. Stream health. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I don't understand why that page has such a lag time. I don't, yeah. What's with that? You do, like, you're clearly sending it upstream easily enough because, you know, I can go to the channel and, like I say, I'm watching with maybe a 5-second delay what's happening on the top in my other monitors from the other computer, which is just, you know, watching YouTube, watching the channel. It's all very weird and mysterious. All right, anyway, enough of that nonsense. Let's close this off here and let's rebalance and recalculate what I'm putting on over here. So now, again, you guys are staying as smart plating. Yes, you are smart plating your motor. So that means let's turn you into reinforced iron plates. Yeah, I'm not going to worry about an alternate recipe here because I only need 4 of these, so we can just knock this guy down. Let's say 4. There we go. So it's going to run at 80% again. So that's our reinforced iron plate. You know what? I'm going to do a little bit of organizational things here. So let's put a sign. No, that's not going to work very nicely. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Maybe this'll. Let's put that there. Let's try and nudge it up. Yeah, look at that. Let's use the power of the nudge. We can just shove this into the back here. Maybe bring it up a little bit. And there we go. Okay, so this means this is reinforced iron plate. So we'll center that up. We'll change the icon. I know this seems like a really kind of long-winded way of doing this, but maybe let's try doing something weird this time and actually being organized. So reinforced iron plate and reinforced iron. Don't need the dots. Plate. Not sure why I didn't get rid of the rest of the stuff, so let's just there we go. Reinforced iron plate. Okay. Let's use my colors here. So background is going to be concrete primary and dark letter select colors. I just prefer the black letter white background palette. There we go. Okay. So you're going to be reinforced iron plates, which is going to go into the smart plating. How many do I need up here? So I only actually need 3 assemblers. Yeah, I'm kind of thinking here. So maybe I should spread them out a little better. I'm going to do that here. Just gonna, because I don't want this one to be copy here, so I'll just grab an assembler. What I'm going to do here is I'm going to center this one. So that'll be hopefully centered there. You are going to need to send to both the smart plating and to the motor, because you are going to be my copper rotors. So we can grab this guy here. Put you, yep, right there. And nudge you up. And slide you back. Okay, so you're going to be copper rotor, so we'll find our rotor icon. There we go, rotor icon and copper rotor. Okay. Of course, having done that, make sure I'm actually doing the copper rotor recipe. And there we go, copper rotor. Okay. So that's going to send to these guys here and to these guys. So kind of a simple splitter. Yeah, so definitely why I have that service floor underneath here is it's going to get awfully hard to move stuff around otherwise. All right, so that's our reinforced iron plate, which is going into the smart plating. This is our copper rotor, which is going to smart plating. That means this one, we need one more here, which is going to be our quick wire stators. So let's just make sure we kind of got everything nice and lined up and even here. So let's see, where are you? You are not super centered, but you're kind of in that middle point there. Which means, oh, you know what I might want to do here? Actually, no, I'm going to line up. Yeah. Does that line up at that input? Yeah, that lines up with that input there. I might have to take that guy down and shift him around a little bit. No, it does, no, because yeah, the way things are set up here. No, we're going to be a little bit more free and easy. This is just a simple matter of going boop, boop, boop. Going like this. They're going to connect through here. I can still kind of squeeze through there, so that's going to take care of that. And this is going to be a quick wire stator. So that one right there. So we're going to have to bring quick wire up from the bottom. And this steel pipe will be in the floor above. Okay, that's got that. Let's get our sampling here. Got to have the signage. Take advantage, do it, build new habits, be better. And there we go. Okay, and you are now stators. So stator. And you are quick. Big fat fingers on the keyboard. Quick. Oh. Quick wire stator. Not even close. Right letters. I don't know what order that was. We're just gonna move on from that. Okay, so these guys are all set up to go, so I know which one's doing what. Yeah, that's actually much cleaner. Cool. So that means I probably only do need one more floor because all I got up there are a bunch of constructors. It looks like 1, 2, 5. Yeah, 6 constructors. So there's going to be more than enough for me to, yeah, 3 floors. I can almost do this as a blueprint. Too late and too tall, but you know. Awesome. All right. Never mind. Carrying on. Okay, so let's get some piping of these guys done here. So the copper rotors are going to need to split between these 3 fellers here. Is there a better way that I can line things up to make that go a little smoother? Yeah, by shifting both of these fellas over by 1. So I'm going to do that. Let's grab an assembler here, flip her around. So what I want here is I want at least one of their inputs to line up with this guy's output, because it should hopefully make it easier to put a splitter in. Maybe not. I don't know. Because that's going to go to there. Well, let's just see what happens. Let's see how we can squeeze all of this stuff in. So I'm going to need 2 to go down. So this needs to split off to you. See, the problem is just how much space do I have here? Well, you know what? Let's just, let's actually move this over by 1. So we got that lined up there. Yeah, okay, yeah, this might work. Okay, so I'm gonna go like that. Gonna go like that. Like that. It's not something I'm super fond of doing with these guys here, just because they don't line up well. So what I'll do is I'll do all of that. And I should... Oh, that is totally going the wrong way. Okay, so let's take that off. That's got to feed that way. So that... There we go. Okay, so that nicely locks into place. So now I can just connect through and connect. Wow, I got none of these were going in the right direction. Sorry, the one was. So now we flip this guy around like that. I mean, it's a splitter that's doing absolutely nothing on these two end ones here, besides helping me keep things lined up. Okay, so that is the rotors that are going to go into the smart plating. So smart plating. That is not right. What is going on here? That should be reinforced item. No, okay. Okay, no. Okay, yeah. Why was I, when I'm looking in this select recipe menu here? Oh, it's because it's showing versatile framework. Why won't you show the smart plating? You see that? It'll show me the versatile framework, but I want to hover the mouse over the smart plating. It doesn't actually show me the recipe on that for whatever reason. That's interesting. I want to see. Yeah, smart plating just won't show up. Okay, well, weird. Not really pertinent information at the moment, but as long as rotors are supposed to come over here, and I can still walk through. Excellent. There I can get myself with my face stuffed into a machine, but hey. All right, so that has got the rotors coming up into there. The only thing now I need to do is deal with the reinforced iron plate, which is here, which has to go into that one, because that has both its inputs. And we're going to do this by going down into the subfloor. And that's why we have subfloors. So we can easily and conveniently send things down. And as long as I can still get through here, which it looks like I can, everything's hunky-dory. Yeah, I also realize I am using really fast lists for everything here, but that's okay. See, I can still squeeze through. Perfect. And send you to there. All right. So let's drop down a floor here. So we need to now connect our belts here. We're going to be a little bit, try to keep it as compact as possible. So we'll go like that. We'll put, let's grab our merger. Let's forget it's, or a splitter, I should say. I want to try and get this in a single. So we'll go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, I love that. There we go. And then we can take this out, take that, put that in there. And let's just see how tight that bends. Switch back to default. Is that giving me a nice clean line? Not quite. Okay, so we're going to need to move you a little bit. So again, I'll just lift you up, and then I'll come back to that one. Let's get rid of these two. Reconnect. There we go. So now my belt should nicely pop into place. There we go. Okay, so those connections are done. Done, and done. Yeah. Yay. All right, let's just park up here for a quick sec. Because I need to... Got gotta get my editing better. Yeah, I gotta run for a quick mow here, and I'll be right back. All right, we're back. Sorry about that. Had to take a quick little bio break. Okay, so everything here is, besides power, is good. Okay, next floor. So again, I'm gonna grab 4, 5, 6 of those. We're gonna put one floor way up at the top here. Sorry, I just have to adjust the old mic. And we're gonna put one right there. Gonna have to use the old jetty packy here. Guys, we're gonna need to send the elevator up to there. Need a new floor, elevator. Okay, yeah, I actually managed to get the door in the right facing. Cool. And you can go there and stop turning. Why do you keep insisting on turning on your stupid elevator music? I don't want the music. It was cute the first 5 seconds. It's no longer cute. Thank you. All right. Let's get our foundations in. 1, 2, 3, 4. That should be 5. And 5. And 5. And yet got pretty good traveling. Oh, you know what? I should send you guys downstairs before I get too carried away. I've got all your inputs dealt with, but not your outputs. All right, so both of you just need to basically pass through to connect. So, how do I want to do this? Do I just want to go straight up? No, I think what I'll do here, because it's only going to need... What's going to be the neatest and tidiest? That's what I'm actually after. Let's go like this. Okay, let's grab our splitter. Make sure you're lined up. Like so. There you go, you're lined up. Go back to there. Go 1, 2, 1, 2. 1, 2. Yes. To there. Grab a lift. That should connect to there. Yes, it does. Grab a lift to there, and then I should have a nice clean. Oh, no, I did put you up too high. I put you too high. I'm so sorry. Let's try that again. I'm gonna actually, you know what, while I'm here, let's do that as well. Okay, so we're gonna go up to there, then to there. Then we can get rid of this and go to there. Yes, nice and even. And then we can grab our lift and just go like that. Okay. So that means you are gonna go through the floor. Right about there. It is only a temporary lift, just until I can get that into place, and then we can pull this out of here and connect you in. Okay, so that's got that guy. And in fact, probably the easiest thing to do is to do the exact same thing. I got this. Yeah, of course I'll have the room. There you go. And all lined up. Not quite. Let's come over a little bit, and then we go. Oh, oops. I am gonna have to move that other one again. Okay, that's fine. Let's go up by 2 here. Gonna take all of this stuff out of here again. Grab you. Just nudge you over back until you're lined up. Don't walk off. And like that. Okay, yeah. Working with a new nudge and stuff like that is taking a little bit of... Where's the input? Did I leave the input in the right place? I did. I did leave the input in the right place. How about you? Are you in the right place now? Who the hell knows? Yeah, I think so. Okay, that's fine. Get rid of that. And try this one more time. That can go there. Go up by 2. That can go there. And then that should be a nice clean dump over to there. Yes, it is. Let's see if I got this one right. Ooh, almost like I actually have a plan. And you need to be right on the edge there. Okay. So like that, and then like that, and then down into there. Okay. So that's got the... That'll be both the smart plating and the motor feeding down into there. So back upstairs we go. So that means I need to combine you two, my smart platies. So we'll again just grab a floor hole. We'll send you into the subfloor or the utility floor. Like so. And make sure you're going the right way by pressing R. And then you, Mr. Lonesome, get one as well. And again, yes, I am definitely overbuilding on on these lifts and whatnot, but that's fine. That is perfectly fine. All right, so that's going to come out there. So that can go into here, which will just bring up to there, and that'll keep all of that nice and clear. There we go. All right, on these guys, we'll have you come out. We'll just get the belt so I have an aim point. Yeah, just a nice proper aim point there. The merger. There we go. Nope, not the priority merger. We want, nope. What am I looking for? I'm looking for merger. There you go. We're going to send your stuff in that direction. And we're just going to start nudging you into place. And then you should be lined up on that belt. That's what you're telling me. Yes, it is. So we're going to go up 1, 2, 1, 2, and there. And pop you in. And there we get the nice little tink. Excellent. Okay, so that's going to join those two. And now I can just grab another lift to there. We'll turn our straight function back on so that when we send it down this way, we got a lovely little 90-degree bend. And there we go. Okay, so that's now dropping down there. We can even call the elevator here. Perfect. And let's go up to the 4th floor. I do like the new elevator. There we go. Okay, so let's get our floor filled in here. So we'll come to there. And again, if I do need to extend the, make it a little bit wider, I have no qualms doing that. Because we are going to need to fit quite a bit going up here. One more. So what I need here is I need to make my steel pipe. So that's one constructor. I need one constructor. I mean, part of a constructor for the steel beam. Then I need one constructor for my steel screws. Just so you know what I'm looking at here. Let's bring that over. So I need one for here. I need one for here. Possibly 3. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the only one that's going to get a power crystal. Yeah, 7 should fit in the 5x5. It's only iron plate. These two are going to be side by side for the steel. It's just going to go into the screws. Ironing is going to come up independently. And then it all flows in various directions. All right. How do we want to lay this out? Well, that's all these inputs that I'm going to have to deal with here. And look at that. I've already kind of made a mess of it. But it's a good thing I decided I got no problems bringing this hangout. I am actually going to have to bring that floor out. So we'll do that now. There we go. So a nice little bit of overhang there. Gives us plenty of room. Let's make sure we do that up here as well. Like that. And, you know, we'll use some blocks and various things here, the angled walls and whatnot, to try and make that look a little bit nicer. I've kind of got an idea what I want the tower to look like-ish. Using our concrete pillars and whatnot. And we also got some fancy new beams too. We'll see if we can make those work, but yeah, okay. So, who gets what down here? I want to get myself, again, somewhat organized. So, the sharing. You guys are going to share screws, it looks like. How many have I got going on here? iron plate, rotor, and stator. So you need one going up from there and one quick wire. So you're going to need quick wire. Let me go grab some quick wire here. I could have put the tower over here either as well. Well, too late now. Again, I'm kind of saving spaces here for the next tier. We'll see if that was the correct decision, but whatever it is, we are going to have to deal with it. All right, quick wire, quick wire, quick wire. Where all is the quick wire running? Already got a split coming off of there. Just need to get it back down to there. So let's grab this and see if we can't go 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to come this way a little bit here, so it's pretty much right on the ground. Or can I go out a different direction? What if I came back up by 2? Okay, why don't we just try this again, start this again. So we're gonna go to here. Actually, we're gonna go to the corner through here. Let's go back to default, so I think because it makes a better, tighter corner. There we go. You know what? I might actually be better off just doing this. Yeah. Okay, let's see if I can't move the belt this way. So if I take you to there and then drop you by 2, that should give me something to line that up there, which means I can then go to there. We can pop underneath the floor or through this wee bit of congestion here. Again, I'm going to flip you back to straight. There you go. Let's push you that way a couple and then come down by 2. Love the vertical nudge. It is the cat's meow. Okay. Now, again, we're on straight. Let's see what happens if I go to default, because then I could feed you. See how tight I can make that? Pretty damn tight. Let's make sure you're facing. There we go. So I can make it pretty darn tight to get through there. And then I got lots of space to kind of start feeding you back here. Okay, so let's give ourselves a destination for where that quick wire needs to end up. So we'll just run over to the tower here. I need a clear corner to bring it up and through. Bring it out through the outside. Adds a little bit of detailing. Do it, you know, don't like, I kind of don't, yeah. No, I think what I'm going to do here is come through here. So where are you? You are right up against the line, 1 in. Okay, so up against the line, 1 in. That should be lined up. So let's just send a conveyor lift through there. All right, where are you going? Quick wire. Who's the quick wire stator? Yeah, see, that actually works. That works. That works. That works quite well. Yes, 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 yes. Yes, 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 yes. So we can grab you, put you into there, And then we're not gonna make that corner, so I'm gonna go like that, and then we'll bring this up to here, down by 1, and that should, oh no, it's too tight a corner. He's too tight. He's too tight. That's problematic. Can I fix? How do I want to fix? Is the easiest way to fix just moving this over? And I have a glass wall right there, though. What if I instead? No, see, This is a little bit awkward. It's a bit too tight to make that corner. What else is coming in there? Steel pipe is coming from upstairs. So, you know what? Let's do it a little bit counterintuitively. Instead of going to the closest one there, what I'm going to do is I'm going to line you up with this one. Because this is going to be being fed from the upstairs. So, yeah. So it's going to kind of stay out of the way. There we go. Like that. Yeah. So you're going to go like that. Then I should just be able to do that. Hopefully this isn't too tight of a corner. Nope. And in fact, if we go straight, yeah, there we go. Okay, so that's going to bring my quick wire upstairs once I get it connected. So where's my quick wire popping out? So yeah, we could pretty much just run straight back from where we currently have our belt. Because I'm pretty sure I have a straight line. I'll have to do a little bit of work jogging around this guy here. That's all right. We can go like, oh, starting to hate the elevator music. At least it's short range. All right, can I get past here? What are you doing? And why are you doing it like that? Okay, you know what? Well, that's fine. So, okay. Things are doing, you're doing weird things here, buddy. What are you doing to me? Go back to default and just do it that way. There we go. Okay, there we go. That's a little cleaner. Then we can switch back to straight, and now you're not going to be all weird about things. Where else are you coming? So I'm gonna still need to come over a little bit. But I'm gonna run it down in a straight line as long as possible. Oh, I can actually run it right. Ooh, okay, that actually works. That's okay. That's okay. That actually still works. Nope, we're good. We're good. We're good. No worries. No unnecessary concern required. Another bloody elevator with their music. So at some point, I am gonna have to go across whatever this factory is. Oh, it's right there. Shush. Yep, it's already starting to drive me insane. Elevators are great, but yeah, let me get over to it. Not through that door. Where the hell do I get to her? Give me a... Really only accessible through there. you. Okay, now that that is taken care of, very pressing business. Let's finish getting our quick wire. All right, so now I can come down here like that, and bada boom, bada bing, we got quick wire. Okay, so that takes care of the quick wire. So quick wire go up. Quick wire go up. Quick wire land. All right, what else are you gonna take? You're gonna take steel pipe, which is gonna come from upstairs. Who are you again? Just have a quick boo in here. So you're the rotor. You get screws and copper sheet. So the screws will be here shared with you. Who gets iron plate and then steel beam and all the fun things, which means I need to bring steel ingots over. So we're gonna need to ship, which is lots of space. So the iron ingots are gonna need to come out of here. So they're going down that away. And then the steel ingots are way the hell down here. No, they're not. They're right here. No, those are iron ingots, aren't they? Yes, they are. So I can grab the iron ingots easy enough. They're like right here. Where are my steel ingots going? Who's using the steel? Who is using the steel? That's cable. Well, no help for it. Let's just run down towards the trains here. This has now become my mission. Every frickin' elevator that's got that stupid music playing. No. No music. It's cute at first, but within about 6 seconds, no. Just no. Okay, so there's my steel ingots. Here, another one. There's my steel ingots. So you are continuing down this way. Yes, you steel ingot. Yes, you steel ingot. You go this way, and then you go over to here. So I could run you all the way down there. Okay, so let's get one of these in here. Blueprint snap. There we go. Where do we want those stairs? Is that a good place to have the stair? Yeah, so that kind of has that belt tucking underneath there. That's good. Okay. Nope, I didn't want to do that. What I want to do is that, and then that, and then that, and then this, and then that, and then there, and then those, and then these, and then those, and then that, and then these, and then that. Why are you iron ingots just happens to be in front? So what side do I want to bring the steel ingots through? Could I? Is that enough space? Let me just grab one of these here. Is that going to avoid hitting the stairs? More or less, that should be okay. So if I put so if I put a belt kind of right here, heading off in this direction. How close are you? A little bit close. Let's move you over by one. And one mortar for good measure. Come back down by 2. Make sure you're going nice and straight. And bring you down by 2. So what if I grab a splitter? I should be able to get you to line up like that. And the reason I want you to do that is because I want to force you to do that. And there we go. So, steel ingots not doing anything. Why? Why? Are there steel ingots in there? No. Why? I didn't do something stupid like a smart split. Of course I did a smart splitter. Let's try that again. Regular splitter, which can snap into place. Then we go like that. Then we go like that. And now we have steel. Perfect. All right, let's run the belt. All the way down. And again, vertical nudging is the cat's meow. And then we come down through here again. We keep coming. How far can you reach? There is a hole in the floor, dear Liza, dear Liza. There's a hole in the floor, dear Liza, a hole. We'll fix it, dear Henry, dear Henry, dear Henry. We'll fix it, dear Henry. Dear Henry, fix it. And there we go. The really funny thing about that song is my middle name is Henry. Very meta. And there we go. Okay, excellent. Steel ingots moving to the back. How far to the back? Have I already gone too far? I think I already almost have. That's okay, we're still good. All right, so. Oh, Mr. Moth, what are you doing? Why are you flying so... Oh, no. You stay away. You stay away. Could have swore he went... Oh, there's a purple slug over there. Distraction. Honestly thought he swung more that way. I think I'm still okay. Oh, I hate that moth. I mean, he's right up there with the giant walking at ticks or whatever the hell they are. All right. So you're going to be making screws up here with that steel ingots. You're also going to be making beams. Lots of things actually need to be made up here. But first off, we need steel pipe and steel beam. Where do I want you to be? So I'm thinking we have lots of room right here. Lots of room right here. Just wanted to make sure that that wasn't missing an input, but nope, we're good. And I think we can put you, not that, right here. Nice, easy to mark point like that. We'll turn you that way. Then we can run back downstairs. And you're right there. Okay, let's take this section of belt out because we don't need to be hanging this low once we get past these stairs here. We only need to be that kind of, you know, down up until this point. So we'll come back down by 2 again. And then what we'll do is we'll return to proper floor height to there. Because then we can go to here, make sure you... Oh, I put you facing the wrong way upstairs. You are going the wrong way. You need to be having your outie at the top. Well, yes, thank you. go. Yeah, so with 10% more, that makes it a grand total of 11% of natural ingredients. Okay, there we go like that. Because it was 10% natural ingredients, but 10% more of 10%, that's 1%, that makes 11%. There was a logic to me saying 11. All right, so that now has steel ingots going all the way to there, which are now going to this service floor here. And I do have to continue iron plate and screws, iron plate and screws. So I want to keep that clear of the screws that are going to be coming from downstairs. All right, so we're going to need to be a little bit thinky about this. So I'm going to need some constructors here first off. So we're going to have we want it right up against the wall. I've never. So we're going to have one
Automation
there.
Is the way.
No, really? Okay, so I'm going to put you to the steel pipe. Sorry, I just looked at the iron pipe there for a quick sec. Thinking, would that be better? And I wouldn't even need this, but no, I need 25 per minute. What do you? Actually, it is a better recipe, but I've already bringing the steel over here anyway for the steel beam for the screws. Because for the amount of screws that I need, I do not want to use any of the other recipes. The cast screws just won't give me enough. So we're going to throw steel ingot in there, because that just needs to then go back downstairs into... Who gets a steel pipe? Oh, of course, it's got to go all the way over to here. So you get steel pipe, and I'm going to run you kind of tucked in along here. Yeah, so we're going to come right straight out. Like that. Nope, not too close. Let's try that again. There we go. So you're gonna come out through there, and you don't need 20. I need a whopping, nope, I hit the wrong button. I need a whopping 16. So 16. There we go. Preload you, sure. Just because I'm carrying them. Oh, do not want to be carrying that. Let's clear that up, clear my inventory up. There we go. That's one interesting thing about having the dimensional depot here, is that I really don't need to worry so much about what's going on in my inventory. It is more just of a kind of grab bag over here now. Hell, even quick wire is being fed in. So, you know, oh no, I've only got 6 rolls of quick wire. No, I've got 1,500 rolls of quick wire. Ha 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 ha! I love it. And that's not even that's not even my inventory fully maxed out yet for what you can do. There's still, I think, yeah, I'm going to get more options when I unlock the tier. Okay, so you are going to be sending down to way over here. And I think I want to just run you along the ceiling somehow. So where are you coming out? You're coming out way back here. You're kind of right on that line there. So let's put in a floor. We can grab our lift and drop you down into there. Yeah. Because now I can go and grab a lift, bring you up to the ceiling, throw you over there, and hopefully that'll reach. Yes, it will. Yay! And all was right with the world. Okay. Okay, so that is got everything going into here now. So quick wire and everything's going into there. Nothing is going into these guys yet, because I haven't put them in yet. All right, so that takes care of the steel pipe. Steel beam is going to go into a couple of screw machines. Screw you machines. So we'll put one here. Make sure I got enough room here. Are you lined up? Are you lined up? You are not. Now you are. So we're going to go like that. I am going to give myself a little tiny bit of room here. Just want to make sure I'm not screwing myself over for space, because I still need my copper sheets. I still need to make the iron plate. No, I should be okay to have that amount of space there. Then we'll put another one right beside him. Let's actually do it this way here. So I'll grab my steel screws. Oh, I only need one of these. What am I talking about? What am I talking about? Let's get you out of here. Let's actually put you a little closer here. Like that. And I just need to make sure. Let's see if this will work. So if I grab a lift, do it that way, grab a lift, go like that. Is that gonna be enough? Yes, and that gives me a nice kind of clean out here into my steel screws. Okay. So you need to be steel beams. There you go. So you're now going to be steel beams. How many steel beams do I actually need? I need a whopping 5. Little bit over production here, so we'll drop this down to 5. Actually, I only need 4.923. So I'm just going to round it up to 5. Thank you. All right, so there's your 5 are going to go over to here. You need to put your 0.985. Why are you down at 208? I don't want you at 208. What I want you is at there. 0.985, we're just going to run you at maximum, which is the 5 per minute. So that's actually okay. All right, so that takes care of those. Now, where do the screws need to go? The screws need to go down to the reinforced iron plate and the copper rotor. So we can drop back down here. So you each get a share of those screws. And what I think I'm gonna do here is we'll come down through here. I'm gonna try something. Let's see if this will work. So if I go like that and I hit H, can I nudge you off of that thing? No, I can't nudge you off of that. Okay. Well, that's fine because I have infinite nudge. So if I put you here, you will be in fact lined up there at kind of the right distance. No, I can come in Y1. We can keep that reason. No, because I need the belt to turn. So we're gonna have to shove you that way. Send you up to the ceiling. That should be okay. See, that'll definitely hook here. There you go. You can hear the click. You, on the other hand, I'm not sure. How will that turn work for you? Quite well. It would work better if you were facing in the right direction. So we're going to do that. We're going to do that. And then we're going to grab you and we're going to put you there. And then we can get rid of that. And then we can put this back. And then blah, 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 blah. And now when I run the belt, There you go. Okay, so that's going to bring the screws down. So the screws are going to need to come in through the floor right about there and send you into that splitter. And the screws, steel pipe. Okay, you are just going down. Okay, that's fine. All right, and then we can get a floor hole. Put you there. Reverse your direction like so. Sorry, just gonna take a quick boo at something here. Awesome with the possum. Hey, I noticed some of you guys are been with me, and they're hey there. Say I say hi. Maybe you say hi. Hi. All right. Carrying on. Okay, so screw comes through there. Yeah, it's still, like I say, fine tuning. I gotta get that screen capture stuff figured out better. I was trying something different, but I think I'm gonna go back to the way I originally had it. So what I'm doing here is I'm just doing a desktop grab on this one here, but of course every time I hit my you know, because you have to hit the Windows button or you have to tab out to get out of the game here, because you know otherwise your mouse won't pass through the outside boundary. That way when I do want to show you guys what I'm doing in the Satisfactory tool, I don't forget to switch it off. And yeah, anyway, because you know I seem to have developed a habit of forgetting to flip back after I've been watching through here, and that's just really awkward when you're doing stuff and no one can see what the hell you're doing, and someone has to go, hey Roland, we can't see. So that sucks, but anyway. Okay, so that's gonna send my screws down to the two like so. Lovely, 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 lovely. All right, what else have I got? I got a bunch of copper sheet that has to go into the copper rotor. Who's the copper rotor? Which one of you is my copper rotor? You're smart plating. You are copper rotor, so you're going into the middle one. So we'll put our copper sheet over in this corner here. And where are my ingots coming up? I actually might even just go right across the alleyway here. Yeah, see, all my copper ingots are right here. Oh, this is a noisy factory. I could just even come out through this window here. Yes, yes, I can. Because we have... Oh my God, it's loud in here. Hang on, it's really loud in there. Let's turn that down a touch. There we go. So we can put that there. No, we can't. Let's try that again. We can put that there. And that should give me a crap ton of... Nope, that's an input. Damn it. What are you? Are you a merger? Oh, you're a merger, not a splitter. See, I knew that was going to be too good to be true there. Okay, so. Any place I can grab my ingots from besides there? I mean, I could split, put a splitter in right here. How many machines do I need for... It is really loud in here. How many? I need 2.5 worth of machine. I think that can get I can get away with here. We'll just kind of drop you into place there. Then I'll grab my hole, put you there. And then that can go to there. Okay, so that's going to be my copper ingots coming out. Let's get out of here. That is really loud. Okay, so the copper ingots need to come over here. What's the... Now, I just want to think about how I want to do this without it looking janky, which is probably too late. Kind of a weird kitty corner there. Let's grab the belt. There we go. I'm going to come to here. Bum. So I think I'm gonna have, nope, I need a wall piece. So if I have a bit of wall right there, these are temporary. Okay, let's get some machines in here. So what do I have got coming in? I got steel screws done, steel beams done. So all I need over here still is my iron plate and my copper sheet. The iron is right here. So, oh, you're not, okay, I need to finish connecting you. Let's get your steel, let's get your ingots upstairs. Before I get too further along, let's finish that line there, one thing at a time. Okay, so that's coming up to here. There we are. Okay, so I need you guys. I need to figure out where I'm going to come through this for here. And I'm going to come through right on this corner. Yeah, we're going to go through that corner there. Which means I pretty much should be able to just go like this. Now, right here. Yeah, that's nice and clean. Go there, go there. And move the lift up, make sure we're all going in the right direction. Then we can go like this to there, go from there to there, and to there. And if you live in Canada, don't forget, early voting is open. Get out there and vote, regardless of what decision you make. You know, make the correct decision. I'm not going to say who I'm going to vote for or anything like that, just because I don't want to start that. But make sure you do vote, regardless of who you are voting for. It is how we have a representative government, and it is absolutely vital that everyone does their part. Otherwise, we are being ruled by the dictates of the minority. And that's a real big problem in most democracies, is the lack of consistent voting, and it really is kind of a problem. So let's make sure we all vote in Canada. All right, let's see. That should go to there. I think this might be kind of a tight turn on the belt. It's a little bit funky there, but it is kind of necessary because of that. Now I could... Actually, you know what? No, I don't need to have that there. I can actually move this one over a little bit. It kind of throws a little bit of the minor OCD off because it's not nicely centered there. But I think that's a more egregious. Yeah. So again, let's grab our splitter. Make sure things are traveling. Oh, no, don't have to do it that way anymore. Well, too late. Old habits die hard, don't they? There we go. Need to get rid of you and put you back. There we go. So now your belt is going to be nice and clean. I just have to use the default mode, and then you can snap into there. Perfect. Gonna have to replace you with one of you. Again, we'll go up to the top here. Let's have it face that way. We are gonna need to replace this one. Like that, and send you up into the ceiling. There we go. And then we just need to fix these guys here. And there we go. Awesome. All right, so that is now going to have my steel beam going all the way up. And that should be flowing into each of these machines here. And if we check, yep, we got steel beam. Perfect. Okay. So that's got that finished. Now it's deciding, do I want to bring, because the iron is right here, pretty much the exact same factory as the copper factory, which means I should have a ceiling access up here somewhere. Where did I plug that hole? No, oh, there it is. So I've got ceiling access up here. Everything here seems to be gone quiet because I'm pretty sure it's all been filled. All right, so where are your ingots flowing? Your ingots are going out this way. And then they're going down that way. Which means... Oop, wrong direction. We want to go down these stairs. So you come out through there, you go into there, then you go downstairs. You also go out that window there. My iron ore is all going through here. Can I... Oh, actually, you know what I can? I don't know. Let's pull that wall out of there. Put another one in there. Grab our wall hole. So we go down 1, 2. Like that. Grab a belt. Grab a belt. Let's get you lined up on that. And of course, good old nudge. I'm down by 2. Move you over by a couple, like there. And then you can just go into the wall hole. Loving the wall holes, guys. Loving the wall holes. And let's get everything. There we go. Are you... Is that correct? No. We got to come back by 1. There we go. All right, so that is going to be the out for the iron ingots, which are over here. Hey, you know what I just found out, or just decided? First off, are you actually... Yeah, okay, you're doing something there. If I grab a splitter, can I... Is that a separate thing altogether? Are they a different thing? Come on. You should. Why won't you... You're supposed... I'm supposed to put splitters on lifts. I am supposed to be able to put splitters on lifts. Why won't you let me do this? And why have you only got 2 outputs? Am I actually on the ground floor? I'm on the ground floor. You know what? Never mind. I've already down here. We're just gonna have to do you under the floor just like we did with the steel. All right, that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. That's fine. which gives me actually a lot more freedom. Okay. So the iron is going only into iron plate, so it's a single. The copper sheet are the ones that need... Yeah, okay, okay. So I will use this corner here for the copper sheet. Okay. Keep saying okay. All right, one more. Let's go like this. Okay, so... so we're going to go up like that. Yeah, that'll work. So then we'll go right there. We'll throw... Oh, wait a minute. No, my copper's coming from over there. Yeah, okay. You know what? Let's grab the elevator. And... Oop. Here it comes. Maybe not quite as fast as using the jetpack, but a heck of a lot more convenient. I'm going to go to this floor for now. Actually, you know what? No, I'm going to go to the top floor. There we go. As I am going to put in my two... Can I fit 3? Well, I can if I change direction here. Because once I get these copper sheets in, the only other thing I need is the iron plate, which is only one more constructor. So instead of using an overclock, I can do 1, 2. How close do I want to be to the wall? We want to come over this. That's a lot of wasted space. So we'll come to there. We're going to make you copper sheet. Because then when I copy you, I'll be copying you. Actually, no. I have to do a little bit of math. So in the copper sheet, I need 2.4, but 2.4 divided by 3 is... Everything's 80%! Okay, so 80% on that one. There we go. What am I doing, copper sheet? Yeah, 24. Yeah, that makes sense. He's okay, he's high enough. And that one can go there, and then that can go there, and then these should all be saying that they're copper sheet running at 80%. Copper sheet 80%, copper sheet 80%. Excellent. Where are those copper sheets going? They are going into the copper rotor, which was you. You are the copper rotor. Okay, so let's think about how we're going to get you guys to connect to each other. All right, we're going to go to there. Grab that, and that should be in the right place, I'm hoping. No, of course I missed. Yeah, off by 1, but that's all right. We can easily put another one in and get rid of that one. And there we go. Okay. So you need the copper sheet? You do indeed need the copper sheet. 22.5 worth of copper sheet. Oh, you need a power crystal. I'm carrying 91 power crystals, 90 power crystals. Yes, I need a power crystal because I don't need... I need 12. Not 11.25, which is a really stupid ass number. I need 12. So there we go. And you know what? I'm going to put a little bit extra overhead. 12.5. Just for Narny's sake. So Narny to you. Okay, so you're going to need to be fed with my copper sheeties. What is that floor hole? Copper sheeties I just did. Okay. Oh, it's getting confusing. It is getting confusing. Okay, so your inputs, that means you guys are going to be my outputs. And I think the easiest thing for me to do is flip you back to straight. Like that. So we're going to keep you... Oh. Huh? Okay, fine. How about if I switch you to default mode? Yeah, he'll work as default mode. Gonna be a bitch about it. Did you just snap to something? I could have swore I just heard you snap. Oh well. Merger. Green arrow, go that way. And then... green arrow, go that way. And yes, I'm still using Mark IV belts. Definitely over driving on the belts here. Go away, Mr. Railgun. There we go. So those are going to be connected for the outputs. Where's that popping out? Of course it is. Where are you? Where did it go? I haven't brought it down yet. That's why I can't see it. But that is a good question that I need to make sure I pay attention to. Should miss. Let's have a look. Does it miss? No, it does not. So, let's reverse this direction. Let's do this again. So we'll get rid of all of this. Guess I can just, yeah, control key them. Let's go in the other opposite direction. So again, we're gonna need you as tight as you can get. If I go straight, yeah, that'll do. Okay, fine. And then we can grab our merger again. Except we have the green arrow going that way. And you're lined up there. And once again, we put our merger. Connect, 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 and connect. Okay. And for absolutely no reason, let's just take the elevator down to the floor. Where did you pop out? Where did you pop out? Why don't I see where you are? Why don't I see? Oh, because I did the exact same thing. I still haven't put it through the damn floor. All right. Are you going to get into the way of anything? Yes. Yes, you are. Yeah, you definitely are. Okay. How do I want to get around this? I don't really want to have a tripping hazard over here. What if I come over to here, like that? You're going to be going that way, and we use our straight function. Now, where are you going? You're going over there. So now I come down by 1, 2, go up by 1 and 2. Sorry, pardon me, tickling the old throat here. And a sip of coffee to take care of that, and then we can go boom like that, and that's my copper sheets now flowing into there. All right, so the copper sheets are flowing. Now I just need to get my copper ingots in here, and I think I'm going to do the easiest way of ducking through the floor here to do the splitting. like so. And make sure you're going all in the right direction. Like so. And then we put you there. And for guidance, we will use Mr. Default. Mr. Default. Like so. In point in fact, actually, I can just renew the whole way down. Make sure you're nice and straight. And you are definitely clear. Yes, you are. Let's see if the splitter will register. No, of course it won't. I do have to put temporary ones of these in here so that the splitter will snap, and then I can quickly replace these two. Like that, and like that. Okay, there we go. So now I just need to bring those ingots over to the wall. How tight of a corner can I make? Yeah, I can go to the center line. Excellent. So we'll go right to here. And we'll go there. And then I can go to there. All right, now I just need to get across to the other side here. I'm going to put in some temporary walls. Definitely don't think I'm going to get to any decorative aspects today, but I would like to kind of get everything up and running before the end of today's playthrough. So I'm going to come down to, I think that's the right height. Let's see. So if I go straight across, look at that. And up it goes. Man, that is a loud ass factory. All right. So that should mean I now have copper ingots going into these. And I do. All right. Yay. So the only thing left to do is I got my steel screws. Let's make sure there's a copper sheet going into these two machines. I'm pretty sure I did that part already. Yes, so you've got all of your lovely inputs going in. You're getting your copper sheet, you're getting your screws, you are getting your steel pipe and your quick wire. That just leaves you, which is your iron plate. All right, so that just means I need to now bring those iron ingots upstairs, and probably the easiest way to do that is to bring them up beside these steel ingots. And let's see, where do I want to put these? I need, how many iron plate machines? I need either one constructor running at 120% or two running at 60%. I do have the room for two, but that is a bit of extra complication because then I have to worry about my splitters and stuff. But if I just put one of you actually didn't need the extra room up here, really. If I put you there, and I have your output. Oh, I can't believe I didn't center you up correctly. Let's try that again. Constructor. Like that. And then I grab a floor hole. So I can send you back downstairs. Let's get a power crystal into you and get you set up at 120, and also doing iron plates at 120%. Like so. So iron plate 120%. Where does that come out underneath? Nice and clean. or getting over to here. Grabbing a floor. Ow. Safety railings are... What's going on here? Something weird. Something very weird. Let me get this done so I don't have the same kind of... What's going on over here? You are my reinforced iron plate. Where are you not going? Where are you supposed to be going? Where is that reinforced iron plate supposed to be going? That's supposed to be going into my smart plating machine. Oh, okay. No, we're good. That's all I needed to do. Yeah, okay. Woo! Got a little confused there. All right. Okay, so let's get back to figuring out what I'm doing with my iron plate. So you do have to jump into that plug right there. So you're going to come up through there, and then you are going to... Yeah, this should be okay, like that. And then we go up to the ceiling here, because we can go like that, and nothing is conflicting with anybody else. Excellent. Okay, so that'll get the steel plate down into you. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. Which makes it easy for me to figure out where that's gonna go. That's gonna go there. Whoop. I guess we'll, while we're down here, put that there. We'll put that there. The direction we're going is up. We can bip down here. Where are my ingies? They're my ingies. Those are all my ingies. Those are all my ingies. Oh. Gonna have to move you. You're gonna need to go that way now. Means I'm gonna need to... You know what? That's cool. That's fine. That's fine. You are gonna face this way though. Because there are my ingots right there. So we're gonna grab a belt. We're gonna come out. Is that gonna be a nice, clean, straight belt? I don't know. Let's go back to default. Yes, it is. Okay, so that means I need a splitter. That lines up with that, which will be right on this edge here. So can we get a splitter to go onto the belt, please? I'm gonna have to bring the belt a little bit more further forward just to make sure that the snap registers it. So we'll go to there. Now we'll grab our splitter. There we go. We get the nice snap and boom. Let's, I guess, have to replace some belts here. So we'll grab our ingots from way down there to there. You know what's hilarious is by the time I finish the factory, half of the factory is already gone quiet. And why am I using a Mark 1 belt? That's better. Okay, so that's flowing that away. You know what this might be a good time to do? Just because I haven't used one yet. And we have our fancy new, where are they? They're logistics. Just because we have these fancy new things, I haven't put a single one anywhere on a belt yet. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go like that there. I want to monitor how the split is operating. So we are going to that. And right now it should all be reading 0, but we're going to see what happens. So basically what I should have, if everything's working at max capacity, like when I pull out the brain fart, the adaptive control units, which is going to fire everything back up because, you know, suddenly they have room, because I'm pretty sure they're all full now. These two numbers here should be less than whatever number is, or should equal this number smelting factory is, which is 240. Okay. So iron ingots go to there. These then can come up, so here. So I go at my iron ingots going up and oop and oop and oop and oop to here. Then from here, we go from there to there, other direction. And then we go from here to there. Grab a belt and we go to there. We then go from here. We don't have a floor hole in yet, so we first grab a floor hole and go to there. And then we go all the way up to there. And we're up where we need to be. All right. Now, we just need to throw, you're doing steel plate, right? Yep, iron plate, I should say. So now we can grab a floor hole right there. You are going to go into there. And from there, we go to there. Yeah, 500. I am going to have to put them into storage, which means there might be some oop. All right, you need to do a quick redirection here. Where are you going? You're going all the way over there. That's fine. So we're gonna actually have to shift you around a little bit with the old straight. Make sure you're not conflicting. Nope, we're gonna have to go the other direction here. So let's try that again. Let's go from there to there. Make sure there's no confliction. No confliction. Blue belt told me no conviction, plus, you know, looking. And then we just have to come along from there to here. So we'll go out to here, and then we can just run it back to there. And that's going to bring iron ingots over. And that should be all the machinery now hooked up and functioning, which means now we can go and start connecting things. So we're going to go to a Mark 1 pole. Yeah, that's a Mark 1 pole. I'm going to put the Mark 1 pole. How do I want to do the wall? So I don't have to think about the wall. So I'm going to have a glass wall. Oops. Let's go grab our glass wall. What window do I want to use? Do I want to use that window? That window? No, it's going to be a high rise. I'm almost thinking... these guys here. Which will be the more visually interesting? Yeah, maybe what I'm going to do here is I'll put, for the most part, nudge you up by 1. There we go. Like that. Then we can grab our wire. Now the only problem here, how high is that? Let's go to here. Let's get this out of there. Okay, we're gonna leave that there for now. because now we need to start running some power lines. So you come all the way out to here. Really wish we could daisy chain the machines. Actually, you know what? Let's do that. Just because it's a weird kind of crossover. I need this power pole here because that needs to go in that direction. So that's why I have that one there. Yeah, I know I could be hooking these up to a ceiling, but do you see a ceiling there? I do not. Because I haven't put one in yet. And honestly, I'm not a big fan of the ceiling hangs. I really like keeping the poles nice and neat and tucked in. So we can go there to there. Oh, and we have power. Look at that. There is life breathing into the system. Yay! All right, so now we're going to need another one. Going to here. Like that. Might actually bring, yeah, let's take you out of here. Let's actually bring you out to here, seeing as you're not part of that machinery anymore. Because then I can bring you to here. Connect you to there. And you, my fine fellow, you actually go to there, and then you go to there. You can go to here and there. You can go to here to there. And then to complete the circuit, I'm not going to do anything else. All I need to do now is connect you to there. And everybody should now have life. I just need to wait for those steel beams to get pumped out. And there they go. So that means you should now go green, and everyone is doing their thing. Yay! All right, that's that floor. So let's call up the elevator, go down to the next production floor, and hook up some power there. So that'll be floor number 3. All right. So for hooking our power up here, nothing too crazy, I'm thinking. We'll just go to there. We'll go to there. And we'll go to do I want to? No, I don't want to do that. We'll go to there. You, I guess we'll just run to there. Actually, maybe no. We'll come. No, we're going to come forward a little bit more. We're going to go to. Yeah. And then plug you in. Yeah, because that's on that nice line there, so that when I come through, we can go like that. We can go like that. And then we can connect you. And connect you. All right. You can get connected to there. Connect across to there. You're connected there. You're connected there. So all I should need to do, here's an interesting question. See, they won't snap into the elevator shaft. That's a little bit annoying. So what we can do though, let's put one of those temporarily there, grab you, run you up, and then just simply remove you. And then I can go to the wall and power. And just wait for everything to start flowing. Let's see what we get. So yeah, you're loading up. You're loading up. You are indeed loading up. My smart plating. Reinforced iron plate. Why aren't you getting your reinforced iron plates? Who's doing the reinforced iron plates? Why are you not feeding? I might have to replace the lift. That could be my problem here. And just make sure belt. Oh, nope, nope, belt won't fit in there. You're still not getting any reinforced iron plate. Why? You've got 4 and you've got 0. Why is that? Why, oh, why is that? You're not a smart splitter, are you? Of course you are. You know what? Let's just do that. Gotta stop using smart splitters. And in fact, it bothers me that it is. So all I'm gonna do is just grab a regular splitter. Delete these guys here, including the, oops, delete that, and that. Delete that. Put the splitter back there. Connect you up. Get you connected back up. And then get you connected back up. And there we go. We have green light. All right. What's going on with you? Your rotors are just taking a bit. Why? Should I increase you? What are you supposed to be doing? You're supposed to be providing me with a total of 12. I'm making 12.5. You know, you're only running at 96% efficiency, and that might be to do with the screws. Yeah, see, it's taking just a second for the screws to catch up. Now, one of the things I have an abundance of is steel ingots coming upstairs. So I think I'm going to increase the production of my screws just slightly. So I'm going to put you up to 7. Because again, I've got the steel. I've got the steel for it. 260. No, it's a 480 belt, so that's not my problem. I'm gonna give you just a little bit of a boost here, I think. Let's crank you up to 280. You'll shut down soon enough. What I should actually have us have a look at here is, how's my power? All right, we're still within operational parameters. Okay, so that's got my steel screws going. Eventually, hopefully, you'll catch up because you're only running at 60%. So it is the rotors are going to be continuing with you. How's the copper rotors doing? Let's just, yeah, so you're up to 93% now. Oh because I gave myself a little extra here, and that's where it's giving me the grief. All right, looks like I think I'm got it. Yeah, so you can see the screws have now passed the double. Basically, whatever number the machine is looking for, with the 52 here, for example, it's not that you have to have 52 in here. You actually have to have more than 52. Multiply that number. So what I actually need to always have over here is at least 104 to get my full 100% output, which is what I should be getting now, because you can see there's no hesitation. It's just the values have not caught up yet. Copper sheet, let's make sure you're okay. Just cause, yeah, lots of copper going there. Yeah. I'm gonna maximize you. Just to make sure, again, I like to have a little bit of extra. Machines will automatically shut down. It's not like I'll blow a line or anything like that. I would rather have too much feeding in than not enough. Okay, so you guys are all dumping your stuff now downstairs. Everything's hooked up here. I should see. Yeah, okay. So now I just need power over here. All right, this one floor does have a ceiling. Let's make a much cleaner connection here. We're gonna grab our concrete. We're gonna go across here. So I'm just gonna.
Aesthetic.
Oh, shut up. We're gonna go like that. We are going to grab our wall here. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna put a door in the corner here. Then we're gonna grab our glass wall like that. We're gonna go up like that. Like that. There we go. And then, yeah, so what I'm thinking I'm gonna do then is just kind of give it an idea. I'm not gonna worry about, I'm not gonna kind of do that now. I just want to get everything up and running. And then I'm gonna use my small pillars with the zoop to go all the way to the top on each of these. And it almost looks like a storefront here. Because, you know, high rises have the storefronts and whatnot. So we'll take it right into the corner. And we're also going to take it. We don't want you. Okay, we don't want you guys going across because you're a separate floor. But what I do want is you going all the way up like that. And then we'll have, you know, a wall in here. Yeah, so something like that. That's kind of what I was thinking of doing for this particular building. And then we can do like little cross beams here. Can we go up by one? Yep, we can. It somehow got rotated, so let's try that again, and let's get you flat. So I can go all the way across like that. And that just kind of gets a little detailing. Or we can use different beams, but yeah, that's kind of, I'll play with that at a different time. In the meantime, though, I do think I want you going up. Because I want to take my power line from here to there. Gonna grab that, go through the door here, come to the other side. And we can kind of conceal kind of the wires a little bit. Now I'm gonna have to raise that up a touch. So if I go through to here, is that awful? No, I don't like that. Not at all. I'm just going to use you temporarily. See, what I'd like you to do is go to there, but you won't go to there. I mean, I suppose I could just, instead of trying to be super, super clever, use one of these guys here. No, I mean, you see, that's running into the beam. I don't like that. I don't like it. I don't want to do it that way. I'd rather have it go through here and be nice and pretty and work better over here. But you're not going to cooperate, are you? You bugger. You dirty, dirty, dirty bugger. Oh, right. I go there. Where's you? There you right there. We go to there, then we go to there. And that doesn't look like complete and utter crap out here. Okay, that's probably the best I'm going to get it. So let's just get some power lines going into these machines and we will have our modular engines running. This was actually pretty painless when you get right down to it. That went pretty smoothly. Oh, you already connected. I'm going to jump across to here. And then we can go down to... you know what? I want to look having one of these inside here. Just to give me a little bit of... Nah. How do I want to connect you? No, I guess we just go straight up. Like that. And then we come out here, and I guess we just connect you up. And there we go. Yeah, and there's stuff waiting for everyone, both of yous. And stuff waiting for both of yous, and that is our modular engines loading up. Okay. Now, we just have to make this not look like utter poop. Good luck with that. So if I go and throw some windows up to there and up to there, so we'll do these guys here. I don't think I want you. Or you, or you. What I want for you guys is that row going across like that. I wonder if I want to leave that corner. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. Okay. Up like that. Up like that. Up like that. Hey, look, elevator. Let's run down to the bottom here just so I can have a look at the street side. And down we go. And walk out that door here. How does that going to look? Actually, you know what? That's going to look all right, I think. Up to the top here just so I can kind of get another bird's eye view. That, yeah, that's all right. Beams can go across like this. Nope, we have to stop there. So beam will have to skip that section. What? That's okay. We can cover that up with a beam. I have nothing there. If I grab a different window, just to kind of help separate the floors here a little bit. And I go crawl. Who are you? Ah. Who are you supposed to be feeding? Did I put you in for absolutely no reason? I'm thinking I did. What was I going to run up there? I don't know. So you know what? Let's just take those out of there. Yep, so we got 3 in the machine. Are you running at 100%? You are, in fact, running at 100%. Lovely. How about you? What are you doing? You're doing 100%. Excellent. So that's going to be 200. So I might have to do a little bit of dump, and I think, yeah, we'll keep working on the building here. But I'll do that off camera because that's just boring as hell. But everything seems to be running. So there we go. We got our modular engines going. Huzzah, huzzah, huzzah. Just so I have a nice place to stand here, I'm just gonna put you in there, and then we'll get that in there. I'll do something a little bit nicer for a roof line here besides just a flat top building. Maybe use some of our fancy new vent blocks, build some air conditioning units. I don't know. We'll play around with it a little bit, but I am going to have to play around with it a little bit. Why do I not see what's supposed to be flowing out of that machine? Steel beam. Okay, you just keep... Are you getting enough? Not quite. Why are you not getting enough? Let's make sure you're doing... Let's go all the way up to 7. Because you've got more than enough ingots in you. There we go. But yeah, I'm going to give a little bit of thought to the high-rise here, but we have our modular engine high-rise, which is hilarious when you consider how much effort it took to get the adaptive motors going. Hell, I even got an empty building over here for my modular. So if we run over to here, let's go take a look at the adaptive. So my adaptive control units are right in here, which is, I've got my 100, so that's 50 and 50. So there we go. That's awesome. What do I have over here? I have a factory I don't even need. So I can take these guys out of here. This is ready for whatever the next stage is. But yeah, it's one high-rise compared to a sprawling setup like this. That's kind of interesting. You know what? It's all about kind of the visual imagery. It's kind of about not necessarily, having a little bit of variety. Every one of the buildings, even though I'm using a lot of blueprint stuff, there are some buildings that share certain characteristics. You know, like the iron smelting and the copper smelting, it's the same building, but one's a little bit taller because it's stacked. I'm probably going to have to increase the iron building and stuff like that, but you know, I got enough variety and stuff going on in here that looks like two mad buildings are looking at me over there. But you know what? I think I'm going to call it here for the day. I'm thinking that was pretty successful. Like I said, I'm going to kind of think about the building here and the look, but we'll get that off camera. I'm going to have to go upgrade my power system because I'm, you know, running the risk of shutting it all down. But that will be done. We're going to get the stuff uploaded for uploaded next week. So for beginning of next week's stream, we'll upload our 500 and our 100. So I'm just going to dump them into storage for now. So I'll send them over the train, but I won't let the train start running until then. But that's all next week. A little bit of announcement for today for those of you who are watching my Space Engineers series. We did have the finale for the Escaping of Mars last week. There is going to be more adventures between me and Jace. But we have started something new. We're going to be doing the Lost Colony, but we're not going to be releasing that episode this week just because of you know, hitting the finale. I'm going to give a week's break before we start the new thing, and then with the new setting up the new PC and all of that entailed, really kind of left me with not enough time to playing with the photo mode. To doing the editing that I need to do, but it will be out next week. We'll start up again on normally. So this week there will not be the Space Engineers. We're taking a little bit of a skip for that, but that is it for today. Thank you guys once again. Don't forget, leave a like. If you're not subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. Tell your friends about me. If there's something you see that you like, let me know what it is that you like. Hey Dorku, how you doing? Sorry, just noticed your chat, your message. Don't know how long ago you posted it. My apologies if I missed you on that. Welcome. Thank you for watching. Yeah, like Dorku did, leave a message. Tell me what you like. Tell me what you don't like. Tell me what you'd like to see more of. Do you want to see more of me doing the architecture, or do you want to see just the engineering aspect of it? You know, I'm doing this for you as much as I'm doing it for me. In fact, I would say I'm doing it more for you. For me, it's the process of making these videos, not necessarily the final result. You are the ones who decide what that final result, because you're the ones who watch it. So yeah, leave a comment. Let me know what you think down below in the comment section. Don't forget to hit that like button. But until next week, once again, thank you so very much for watching. Be safe, be good. Bye-bye.